Welcome back to my channel. Cody Brown once stood in front of the camera and told the world something chilling. He wasn't attracted to Christine. Not in the way a husband should be. He painted himself as a martyr, a man sacrificing his desires to be with a woman he supposedly didn't truly want. But this wasn't sacrifice, it was control. He withheld intimacy to punish her. He withheld affection to manipulate her. Cody positioned himself as the sun, expecting all the women in his orbit to grovel for even the smallest sliver of his attention. And then came David Woolley. Suddenly, the story changed. Insider whispers and leaked audio hint at what many had long suspected. David had a few choice words about Cody's manhood, about the way he treated a woman in the bedroom. And now, the narrative flips entirely. Christine's romance renaissance isn't just a story, it's a reckoning. Cody didn't lose Christine because she was unlovable. He lost her because he couldn't handle a real woman. Cody played games. David plays for keeps. And the humiliation for Cody? Absolute. Before we dive deeper into the psychology, the revenge, the subtle but savage public display, let's rewind to understand just how deep Cody's control went. This wasn't a bad marriage. This was systematic destruction. For decades, Cody weaponized intimacy. Christine's self-esteem, her confidence, her very sense of desire, became pawns in his game. Remember the infamous nachos incident? Cody told the story himself, thinking it made him look honest. Instead, it exposed a cruelty that words can barely capture. Christine eating nachos on a road trip became a tool of humiliation. Cody framed her natural, human desire for food as repulsive, a calculated attempt to crush her confidence. For years, Christine navigated what insiders call the intimacy rules. Obey, comply, worship Robin, and perhaps, just perhaps, you'd earn a touch, a hug, a trace of affection. Question, complain, desire more, and the bedroom door slammed shut. Cody equated sexual connection with obedience. This wasn't love. This was narcissism in its most insidious form. He banked on Christine's desperation, on the culture of control, believing she would remain trapped in a sexless, affectionless marriage, clinging to him as her only lifeline. Brick by brick, year by year, he destroyed her confidence until she questioned her own worth. Asking to be loved, held, admired, these became flaws in her character, marks of neediness in Cody's cruel ledger. And then the universe intervened. Enter David Woolley. And this is where tragedy transforms into a story of sweet, undeniable revenge. David didn't just arrive as a passive figure in Christine's life. He entered with eyes wide open, surveying the wreckage Cody had left behind. Insider reports suggest he was baffled, even amused, by Cody's failures. Imagine a man like David, self-made, strong, grounded, observing Cody, a man who required his wives to bend, grovel, and earn affection like currency. David didn't play by Cody's rules. He didn't measure love with a checklist of obedience. He cherished Christine. He celebrated her femininity, her vibrancy, her presence. Where Cody saw flaws, David saw a goddess. The transformation is visible in every photo, every public appearance. Cody and Christine's physical connection was awkward, hesitant, performative. Side hugs, polite touches, fleeting gestures that screamed tolerance, not desire. But David and Christine? Tangled in every frame. Hands on her waist, fingers entwined, bodies leaning into each other as though the world no longer existed outside their orbit. This isn't honeymoon energy. It's primal, magnetic, a silent message to Cody. What you rejected, I treasure. What you withheld, I cannot resist. The rumors go deeper. The whispers say David has laughed at Cody's old rules. The man who loved Christine freely, without conditions, could hardly comprehend the cruelty Cody believed to be power. For David, withholding affection is weakness. For David, loving fully is strength. Christine radiates in ways Cody never imagined possible. She smiles, she laughs, she glows, and the contrast is damning. Cody told the world she was difficult, unattractive, unworthy. David proves the opposite. Christine wasn't broken. Cody simply didn't know how to love her. And the whispers about Cody's manhood? They strike at the heart of his ego. 18 seasons portraying himself as the patriarch, the alpha, the untouchable leader. And now he watches a man like David succeed effortlessly in the very role he failed to fulfill. Cody wanted a follower. David wanted a partner. Cody wanted worship. David wanted a lover. The difference is staggering, and the humiliation is absolute. Consider the psychology of the nachos incident versus the woolly redemption. Cody shamed Christine for wanting life, for taking up space, for being fully, unapologetically herself. David celebrates all of it. Her appetite for life, for love, for adventure. He meets it head-on. They travel, they eat, they laugh, they live. And this emotional feeding fuels the physical connection, a visible, intoxicating chemistry that radiates through the screen. Body language experts note the stark contrast. Cody and Christine were tense, defensive, closed off. David and Christine? Fluid, playful, protective, aligned. David stands beside her, anchors her, supports her. Cody? He stood in front, blocking, controlling, competing. The glow-up isn't just skin deep. It's liberation. It's healing. It's reclaiming a womanhood long stifled by a husband who weaponized intimacy. And every touch, every smile, every hand held as a statement. Cody failed. Christine thrives. David triumphs. The romance renaissance of Christine Brown isn't just about a new relationship. It's about deprogramming decades of control, about undoing every cruel rule Cody imposed. Affection was once transactional. Obey, comply, survive. With David, love is free, abundant, unshackled. And for Cody, watching this unfold, that's the ultimate silent revenge. Because while Cody attempted to be the prize, David became the partner Christine always deserved. And in that, Cody loses, not just a wife, but the story he spent a lifetime trying to write. Christine Brown isn't just glowing. She's radiant. That kind of glow doesn't come from makeup or designer clothes. It comes from biology. Years of living under high stress, walking on eggshells, trying to appease a man who could never be pleased, left her trapped in a cortisol-soaked life. Every day was tension, anxiety, survival mode. And now, she's swimming in oxytocin. The cuddles, the holding, the reassurance. They aren't just gestures. They are biochemical healing. Physically, Christine looks younger, healthier, alive in a way she never did with Cody. Every laugh, every touch, every moment of intimacy with David is her body rewriting decades of trauma. This is the ultimate bedroom revenge. The universe, quite literally, rewarding her for leaving Cody behind. And then there's jealousy, the kind that isn't about love, but possession. Sources suggest Cody isn't furious because he wants Christine back. No, it's far more narcissistic than that. He's angry because someone else is enjoying what he once thought he owned. The woman he discarded, the life he controlled, the affections he rationed, they're all thriving in the hands of another man. And that truth shatters Cody's carefully constructed reality. David doesn't have rules. There are no loyalty tests, no hand-holding earned by obedience, no punishments for speaking up or having desires. With David, it's partnership, freedom, choice. Christine's wants are met without negotiation. Her needs are not a checklist. They're celebrated. The romance is effortless, the affection abundant, and every public moment is a quiet, devastating message to Cody. You were never the man she needed. Think back to the pencil metaphor. Cody's crude, immature, high school-level attempts at sexual intimidation were pathetic. David, a grown man with life experience, views such antics as laughable. Cody's performance in the bedroom was all posturing, insecurity, and games. David's is mastery, confidence, presence. One brags. One delivers. One pretends to be a prize. One proves he's a partner. The contrast couldn't be starker. And it isn't just about Christine. Look at the other wives, specifically Robin. She followed the rules, earned Cody's scraps, endured the chaos, and yes, got the reward Cody doled out. But now, She sees Christine thriving in ways she never could, joyful, desired, fully loved. Cody's prize has become a booby trap, a monument to his failure. David's intimacy, however, is real, unwavering, and abundant. Every smile, every touch, every public display dismantles the story Cody spent decades trying to sell. The bedroom revenge isn't a scandal, a viral clip, or a leak. It's subtle, relentless, biological. It's Christine's nervous system finally exhaling. It's the hormonal evidence of healing. Oxytocin replacing cortisol, safety replacing fear, passion replacing transactional affection. Cody built a minefield. David created a sanctuary. The difference is transformative, palpable, undeniable. Safety is the aphrodisiac Cody never understood. Fear isn't respect, it's paralysis. Passion cannot exist when a woman is walking on eggshells, anticipating withdrawal, judgment, shame. David doesn't just make Christine feel safe, he makes her feel worthy, alive, wanted. Every embrace is validation. Every touch is reclamation. Every laugh shared is undoing decades of emotional subjugation. David doesn't see Cody as a rival. He sees him as a cautionary tale, a man trapped in arrested development. The whispers say David even chuckles at Cody's old antics, the couch sleeping, the arbitrary punishments, the rules of intimacy. To David, these are not power plays, they are immaturity on display. He stays in the room. He handles conflict. He thrives where Cody faltered. The glow-up isn't superficial. It's neurological. It's physiological. Christine's skin, her eyes, her energy, they all scream of healing, of liberation, of a body finally rewarded for being fully seen and cherished. Cortisol has been replaced by oxytocin. Fear replaced by trust. Anxiety replaced by desire. David Woolley is not just a partner. He is the antidote. And the insult to Cody? Every display of joy, every affectionate touch, every public moment of intimacy is a mirror reflecting his failures. Every laugh, every kiss, every shared adventure erases the myths Cody spent a lifetime constructing. Christine wasn't the problem. Cody was. And now, the world can see it. This isn't just a romance. This is a reckoning. The children see it. They see their mother alive, happy, adored. They see the contrast between a tyrant and a man who loves fully. Cody is losing more than a wife. He's losing respect, credibility, control, and legacy. David didn't just replace Cody. He exposed him. And Christine? She's thriving, glowing, radiating, finally free. Look at David with Christine. The way he dances with her, the way his eyes follow her during the vows. But the magic isn't just in the gestures. Watch how he navigates the chaos of filming, the relentless scrutiny of the cameras, the judgmental gaze of the public. Cody? He always made it about himself. Every party, every scene, every moment. He was the center, frantic, manic, sweating, desperate to control the narrative, desperate to control everyone. David? He steps back. He lets Christine shine, secure enough to let her take the spotlight. And that security translates into the bedroom. A lover focused not on performance, but on pleasure. Cody was always performing. Even in private, he was a patriarch on stage. David doesn't perform. He simply is. And that absence of acting is what makes intimacy real. Christine was starving. Starving for touch, for presence, for validation. Psychologists call it skin hunger. Cody intentionally starved her. Rations of affection doled out as punishment, as control. David? He opened the floodgates. Every hug, every caress, every cling is her body reclaiming what was stolen. It's frantic. It's joyous. It's essential. And Cody? Watching this, knowing he was the jailer of her affections, he must feel a storm of guilt and defensive rage. He tells himself it's acting, it's performance, but deep down he knows. He was cruel. Then there's Robin, the honeymoon wife, the winner of Cody's affection. She's stuck now with a man who is bitter, angry, obsessed with past wives. Meanwhile, the woman she displaced, the basement wife, is living the life Robin wanted. Christine is on a literal honeymoon with a man who values her, cherishes her chaos, adores her children. The irony is Shakespearean. Cody's prize has become a punishment. David's affection is the reward.
Burn of revenge.
The whispers about
Cody
manhood, about physicality, tying to the primal language of masculinity.
Every interview from
David builds.
and Christine
He works with his
chips away at
hands.
armor.
He
The
creates
bedroom
safety
revenge
with
isn't
sweat,
about spectacle,
effort,
it's daily
and skill.
life.
Cody,
Living well is
he
the
drives a
ultimate
sports car
humiliation.
and wears gloves
And
to lift a
David doesn't
log.
even need to try.
David provides
His
structure.
indifference to
Cody
Cody,
provides
his focus on
chaos.
Christine
And that
is the
structure
sharpest
matters
blade of
in
all.
intimacy.
Cody
A
wants to
woman
be
can
the villain,
only
the
surrender
anti-hero.
when she trusts
David
the man
reduced
beside
him
her.
to a footnote
With
in
Cody,
Christine's biography.
Christine had to carry
David
both
encourages
roles,
Christine
the
to
mother
reclaim her
and the father.
sexuality,
With
her
David,
edge,
she
her
can
bad
finally
girl
be a
energy.
wife.
Leather
And that
jacket,
liberation,
tattoos,
that dormant sexual energy
unapologetic
is roaring
self-expression.
back after 2
Everything
decades.
Cody tried to
Notice her
suppress
laugh.
is now celebrated.
Once nervous,
The parts he
hesitant,
rejected, David
apologetic,
elevates.
measured
The
for
parts
Cody's
he tried to
approval,
bury,
now
David
full-throated,
worships.
guttural,
And attraction?
untamed.
Cody
That laugh
claimed
is
he wasn't
Christine
drawn to her.
reclaiming herself,
Look at her now,
reclaiming joy.
radiant,
And for
confident,
Cody,
alive.
it's a dagger.
Cody's
Every
narrative
Instagram
collapses.
story, every
He
laugh,
lied to control her,
every photo
to
is a
contain her,
reminder.
to make her
He
think
failed
she
to make
had
her
no
happy.
market value.
She wasn't
David
miserable.
proved otherwise.
She was just trapped
He
with him.
invested in her work.
David, he freed
celebrated
her.
it.
Remember
And
the
the
nacho
dividends?
story?
A glowing,
Cody shamed her for
thriving,
living, for
fully
eating,
human
for
Christine.
existing.
This
David's
is the
rumored
essence
reaction?
of the bedroom
Who
revenge.
cares?
Intimacy
Maybe
reclaimed,
even. Let's go get
desire
nachos.
reignited,
The
control
rejection
shattered.
of Cody's
David didn't just
superficiality
become
is
her
the
husband.
epitome of bedroom
He became
revenge.
the exorcist who
Cody
drove
treated
Cody
Christine
Brown
like
out
an
of her
object,
life,
a
her
car to
bedroom,
inspect
her
and
mind.
criticize.
And as we
David
dive into
treats
the
her like a
timeline of
person,
this crossover,
fully
the
human,
insider
fully
whispers,
desired.
the behind the
That
scenes
humanization
moments,
unlocks
it
a
all points
level
to
of
one
intimacy
truth.
Cody could
David
never
didn't
reach.
stumble into love.
He didn't want a partner.
He studied,
He wanted a
he
mirror.
observed, he executed.
David wanted a partner,
Cody's
and he got
theatrics?
her.
He
Rules
laughed at
versus
them.
rhythm.
Cody's
Cody had
cruelty?
rules.
He
Do
dismantled
this,
it with
don't do
presence,
that, earn your scraps.
partnership, and passion.
Relationships aren't
The
rules,
power
they're
dynamic has
rhythm.
shifted, and
David
Cody's
and
18
Christine
season
moved
illusion
together. They
obliterated.
danced through airports, glide through restaurants, sync in a way that Cody could never fathom. The seamless partnership exposes the lie Cody told for decades. Christine wasn't difficult. She just had a dance partner who didn't know the steps and blamed her for stepping on his toes. Cody thinks he's a tragic hero. David sees him as a reality TV clown. And when Christine lies in bed with David at night, she isn't lying with a man who fears Cody, who tips his hat to his former rival. She's lying with a man who sees right through him. That loss of respect? The ultimate revenge. Now, pivot to the financial angle, because in Cody's world, money and intimacy were inseparable. He controlled the purse strings, the land, the resources, all another layer of his intimacy rules. Want access to the family's wealth? You had to be a good sister wife. You had to submit. But financial dependency kills desire. You cannot lust after a man who holds your grocery money hostage, who refuses to pay for your daughter's surgery while spending lavishly on his favorite wife's mansion. Enter David Woolley. His own empire, his own money, his own independence. He doesn't need Christine's finances. He doesn't use money as a leash. And that freedom? It allows sexual freedom to bloom. Christine no longer performs to survive. She's with David because she wants to be. Her bedroom is now a celebration, not a transaction. The construction metaphor here is glaring. David builds. He fixes. He creates structures that last. Cody? He sells ideas, promises, dreams, but delivers? Rarely. Look at Coyote Pass, a barren wasteland of broken promises, a perfect metaphor for his marriages. Lots of talk, no foundation. David saw Christine's heart the same way Cody saw the property he abandoned. Cracked foundation, leaking roof, broken windows. And instead of running, he rolled up his sleeves. He renovated. He rebuilt. And rumor has it, he takes immense pride in the transformation, the smile on her face, the confidence she radiates. Cody abandoned the fixer-upper. David turned it into a palace. This is masculine love in its purest form, protection, repair, improvement. And it translates to the bedroom. A man who wants to fix your heart wants to please your body. A man who abandons your heart neglects it. Now let's talk vocabulary. The leaked chatter around beta and alpha. Cody obsessed over being an alpha. But true alphas don't announce it. They just are. Sources suggest David labels Cody's behavior not as evil or cruel, but weak. To a man like Cody, that's death. Being evil implies power. Being weak? That strips it away. Cody withheld intimacy to control Christine. David sees that withholding as a confession. Cody wasn't man enough to meet her needs. And then there's the rebellion factor. Under Cody, tattoos were forbidden. Alcohol? Minimal. Modesty above all. Everything regulated, everything controlled. David? Tattoos. Tank tops. Beer. Freedom. Each act is inherently sexual, a reclaiming of bodily autonomy. Cody treated her body like a temple he owned. David treats it like a playground she commands. Every sip, every inch of ink, every laugh at Cody's rules is a declaration. You don't own this anymore. David celebrates the real Christine, the messy, the human, the survivor. Cody loved an ideal, sterile, lifeless version of perfection. David loves the scars, the history, the life Christine survived. That acceptance allows vulnerability, true intimacy. Christine hides nothing, and David embraces it all. And the public loop amplifies it. Social media reacts. Glow-up hashtags. Memes mocking Cody's hair, praising David's beard. It validates them. It creates a feedback loop of joy, support, and affirmation. Cody? The world booed him. Negative energy feeds narcissists, but it's a weight he can't shrug off. Confidence crumbles under public consensus. He's losing his swagger. The bedroom revenge isn't private. It's witnessed, celebrated, amplified. Look at Janelle. She knows the truth. She saw Christine suffer. She sees David delivering. That approval? Priceless. Every interaction between David and Christine is a standard, a model, a demonstration to the other wives. This is what love looks like when you actually try. David isn't just satisfying Christine. He's destroying Cody's control by example. David and Christine don't hide. Cody retreated. Phones, cars, man caves. David and Christine are present, together, talking, cooking, building a life. Presence is foreplay. Being seen is foreplay. Cody thought foreplay was showing up. David's foreplay is a lifestyle of connection. And if he mocks Cody's couch habits, it's not cruelty. It's a recognition that hiding from your spouse is weakness, fear, and avoidance. Contrast the men physically. Cody clings to youth, hair, visors, sports cars. David embraces his age. Bald, gray beard, comfortable. Confidence is magnetic. Frantic energy? Exhausting. Grounded energy? Irresistible. And in intimacy, this matters. A frantic, insecure partner is a turnoff. A grounded, confident man? That's presence. That's desire.